What a scene, a spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Welcome everyone to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on the 4th-ranked team in the land, the South Carolina Gamecocks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Quick strike complete. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Not able to hook up the air, incomplete.
Well, that was the guy the quarterback wanted to go to right from the jump, but a better job by the defense in coverage forcing the incomplete.
As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They were really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Rides to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And with the closest guy to the football, man, it's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. He's looking to pass. A little screen to the running back. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. Kentucky will be forced to punt. They'll boot it into the night sky for the 1st time. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Give to the back. Creates a little room. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference. Be great in your conference. Get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt.
Unloads it downfield. Got it. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Wait, can I get the director to give me a replay of that? I want to count the defenders. 1, 2, 3. I mean, there's no way they had 11, right?
Yeah, I mean, that is frustrating. Defensively, what are you taught? Like, make them earn it, right? Play man, press up on them, make them earn it, make them go the length of the field, don't give up big plays, or just give up big plays and don't have anybody in the camera shot and don't have anybody there to even miss a tackle.
Fires to the tight end. It's amazing how fluid and potent an offense can seem when you get a great pickup on first down, and the tight end's a terrific place to go.
Tight ends nowadays are kind of like cheat codes. I mean, they just know so much about, right here, seeing zone, know when to sit it down.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third down, going up top. It's complete to the right. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. Kentucky sent out the punting unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. They go to the ground. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running.
There he goes. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
So after the break, they'll go back to work. Off the play fake on first down, to throw. Swings it out to the flat. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup.
All right, defense, it ain't working. We're stringing together 7 first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
They'll go back to the ground. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
Defensively, with all the space now and spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Dropping back, it's Sellers. Here's the heat. Unleashes one deep. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he's able to locate the football, snag it out of the air. And this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. On target over the middle. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
They'll go to the ground. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Kentucky right back to the line.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick.
It's a running room. The tag. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Fair catch called for and made. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Pressure coming. Can't get him to the ground. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Man, that's so frustrating. It happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He'll do it himself on the draw. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Under fire. Oh, it's picked off. A rare mistake from this guy. And he was trying to chart a course on that pick for a pick 6, but he'll be stopped at the 31.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll leave it with him. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. He'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. And right in the middle of tight coverage, and he still makes the grab at the 15.
And you got to be wondering about the psyche of that cornerback now who just gave up the big play. He's going to be looking for that corner route later in the game. He's got to be careful he doesn't overcommit to the outside, because if he does, that could mean a big home run type completion if there's a big in-breaking route by his receiver.
Firing to the right, complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. Somebody catch it, big fella.
To the ground with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
As as a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Using the quick game. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. This crowd busting the decibel meter and trying to will a fourth down stop. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. The Wildcats are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. It may seem like a really aggressive call, but David, you settle for 3 there. It's like handing a win to the defense.
Yeah, and I like aggressive. Aggressive is good for offenses, and we've seen it time and time again. You get beat when you kick field goals. That's something that you look back at.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Kentucky!
Nice job putting the drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. To throw, it's Sellers. Makes the catch. It's Smith. There he goes. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Leaves it with the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Second down, they'll go to the air. Looking to scramble. Going right and going deep. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Kentucky teeing it up and ready to go here in the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He wants to change this route. Wants to go up top on first down. Steps away. Rolling, throwing, looking right. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
Well, he was rolling to his right, and because of that, I don't know if it affected the timing between him and his wide receiver. They just weren't on the same page on that one as the defense comes away with the INT.
Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They dug themselves out of a 14-0 hole, and now a chance to take the lead on this drive. He'll pitch it. Crosses the 30. Still on his feet at the 45. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
Really nice read that time by the quarterback in the option. He had the ball out in the perimeter. He saw his pitch guy open. Nobody accounting for him. So you flip it to him quickly. Nice, accurate pitch out in front of him. Easy catch. And then he's able to do the rest. Look at the speed that time on the perimeter by the pitchman. Picking up a massive gain for this offense.
And I tell you what, these deep shots, they're so hard to defend. You've got to chase the guy all the way down the field and kind of stay in his hip pocket, stay close to him, and then turn your head like he does here and makes a nice play on the football to bat it away.
play fake. Quarterback now breaking the field. A strike downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
Here comes Kentucky after picking up that first down. Power football with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left. Turning it on. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on 3rd down. They'll go to the air. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Well, it's 3rd and short. They're throwing for it. They just can't come up with that one. Setting up a big decision now for the head coach on 4th down.
Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. It is good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Oregon State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Beavs have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. They're trailing by just 4 to Houston. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback extends the play. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the catch along the sideline will come up a little short of the first down.
Man, and that's just making it way too easy on the defense. They're laughing at that short throw. They're like, really? Okay, we'll just make an easy tackle and jog our punt return team out on the field. We're going to make it that easy for us.
And the offense with no intention to draw the defense off sides. They want to run on 4th down. Tries to get it on the ground. The Gamecocks get enough for the first down.
I know there are some people that say, no, in your own territory, you punt the football, you be conservative. No, sir. 4th and 1. I'm hitting the gas. All gas, no brakes. I'm going for this. I prepared for it all week. Nice job by the offense getting the first down on 4th and 1.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Trying to seal the edge on the right. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
It's loose. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move. He's dragged down to the ground, but what a play there. Scoops up the loose football and moves the chains.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
And the Gamecocks have their offense in high gear. The give to the tailback. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Fires to the big fella. Wide open spaces. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10.
Not the big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
The Gamecocks getting set on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on 1st down.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Using his feet. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed into the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Absolutely perfect. And here in the 4th quarter, this game is tied.
And this kicker has ice water in his veins. 4th quarter, you need to make the field goal to tie it up, and that kid just drilled it.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air on 1st down. Zings it complete to the right. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Going downfield for the big play. Catch inside the 25. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back out. Now the pitch. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17.
Playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. This crowd knows when to bring it. Second down, he'll throw it. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Kentucky. They move on top here in the fourth.
And they're able to score on a drive where they had to have it this late in the game, and they look to their playmaker on the outside to win that one-on-one matchup.
Big-time moments. Who do you trust as a quarterback? You could tell this was a big moment. He threw it to his big play wide receiver. He knew he would come down to it, and now the big play in the fourth quarter for the touchdown.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. He'll pull it on the read. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I wonder about the mindset right now of the offensive coordinator, too, because they need points, and running the football just is not going to get it done. Early in the drive, late in the drive, I think you've got to be in attack mode right now throwing.
They get to him as he throws. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. Trying to pick up a first down. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. Here's the pressure. Buys a little time. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He wants a big play here late. Snags it on the right. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Pulls it in. It's Smith. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Most important part of a clutch drive, piece together some first downs, get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. Quickly complete. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the first down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Takes the easy one to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Pocket breaking down. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
3rd and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And with that incompletion, man, it's go time. Like this offense, there's no more holding back. They've got to have this play. Trailing, they need a big play. Which one on that play call sheet is your go-to play in this moment when I gotta have it?
And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. The quarterback takes a knee. You sort of think that over the years you get immune to these types of upsets, but this one is a shocker that might go on the list of all time.
Dude, huge win. Like, you can't say enough about being a team with a considerable talent disadvantage. Like, you're the underdog for a reason. You go with, this is a top 10 team you're playing against. Like, everything says you shouldn't win, but Palmer, they came out and they absolutely took care of business.
Yeah, they showed up in the biggest moment. You got to give these players a ton of credit. They may not be as talented as their opponent, but this was a game and an opportunity that they took advantage of. They made the plays they needed to make. They put the rest of college football on alert with this win. This is one these fans will be talking about for years and years to come.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.